Hello folks and welcome back to the Woo Man channel. James here once again, and I have another box of subscriber mail from Larry Boyd. Very nice of him to keep sending me a good selection of items, and I'm going to show you what he sent me now. And I was about to say something. He did say that I might have some of these, and if I did have some of them, then I can do whatever I need to do with them. Shall we say, I can give them away, or I can trade them in, or whatever I choose to. So we'll start off with the first one, and that is The Wizard of Oz on Blu-ray sing-along version. Now I think I've got The Wizard of Oz, but I don't think I've got the sing-along version. The most magical movie in Hollywood history, with rainbow-hued pictures and special revitalised audio fidelity. There we go. So it's a combo with a DVD and Blu-ray pack. So I don't think I've got this particular version. And it's got some nice this on it. Now, when I was a small boy, shall we say 5 or 6, maybe even 7 or 8, not quite sure when, but I used to get this serial every week from the newsagents. When I say every week, it was when mum and dad could afford it. But I think I got the whole first series of it, and then the second one. So basically, you got a book, a magazine, and a cassette tape, and it was called Storyteller. And Storyteller had the first ones that I started. I think it must have been series 1 or issue 1 was The Wizard of Oz, and it did it in serialised parts. So basically it had one main story that carried on throughout the whole series, and a few small stories. And the first season was The Wizard of Oz, so always wait to get my tape and listen to it and read it, The Wizard of Oz. And I thought it was a really great story, and that's when my dad took us all to see Return to Oz in the cinema, and it was a bit more creepy, and it was a bit more, shall we say, sinister, and the wheelies always scared you. The wheelies, I don't know if you remember those. But always wanted to get Return to Oz on Blu-ray, but it's one of these Disney Movie Club ones, and it's pretty expensive, but I do have a digital copy of it, so that will do for now. So thank you very much for that, and it just reminded me of those Storytellers. You even got you got a specialised case that says Storyteller to store all your cassettes in and all your things. Wonder what happened to those. Well, there you go. He has also sent me a steelbook of The Unexpected Journey, The Hobbit. Now, I like the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Okay, I think the Hobbit stories are just... So there's a sticker on this, I'm fixing it. Hobbit stories are just, shall we say, a little bit less interesting. Now it's still good. I have watched it. I've watched all the three: in the Desolation, the Smog, and the Battle of the Five Armies. That's a great. I just think they could have done it in. Could they have done it in one film? You know what? Probably not. Probably not. Because it was just too long a story, you know. So, but it was one book, wasn't it? So was the Lord of the Rings, I suppose. There we go. So he sent me the Hobbit: The Unexpected Journey steelbook, which I don't have, which is very nice. Let's have a little look. I actually have a steelbook of this. Here it is. I actually have a steelbook of the next one, which is The Desolation of Smog. So I've got 2 of these steelbooks now, so it's just the third one, The Battle of the Five Armies, so I'll probably put a protective bit on this. So yes, that looks nice, doesn't it? So thank you very much for that. Oh, next, he sent me a 4K. A 4K of a movie I've not seen yet. The Jungle Book. And this is the live action one. Or is it live action or is it animated? But it does look like it's got some voices in that. Bill Murray, Ben Kingsley, Idris Elba, Scarlett Johansson, Christopher Walken. And I've never seen this one yet, presented in glorious 4K. So that's good. That's good. What's the name of the bad light? Is the bad one in it? How can I not know that? How many times have I seen The Jungle Book and I don't know that? I know it's Mowgli, obviously, but I don't know what the name of the one that tries to lead him away is. Anyway, I'm not sure, but that will be certainly going into my collection. So I appreciate that. Thank you very much. This one is a movie I didn't know existed, and it's Titanic, the story so few live to tell. And it's Catherine Zeta-Jones, George C. Scott. Tim Curry's in it as well. And it's If Only the Saga Resonates was told. So I read it. I did read this earlier because I had took things out of the box just to have a look, and I read it earlier. And it seems it's more a story about the people on board rather than the disaster itself. So an interesting take on it. As you know, I'm one for the conspiracy theories, but I don't think this movie's about that. I think it's more about the people and the individual journeys on board. So very nice. 3-hour miniseries. So there you go. Yeah, so that's a good one. So I shall add that to my collection. Sealed as well. Thank you very much. Let's pop it back in there. Now next, he sent me a TV show. And it's a TV show with a character for one of my favourite franchises, and that's Stargate. And it is the 4th series of Sanctuary. Now, I've seen one series of Sanctuary, I think. It was a long time ago. And I don't know why I stopped watching it. But I sometimes do that. I sometimes watch series and get 2 or 3 in and then just stop. I don't know why I do it. But Dr. Hale Magnus is a brilliant and beautiful scientist, along with forensic psychiatrist William Zimmerman, tech expert Henry Foss, and real Bigfoot Christopher Hedrell track down and studies to protect the most monstrous creatures. Oh, I remember now. Yes, they track down creatures and they keep them in their sanctuary, if I remember rightly. So that's series 4. I don't have any other series of that. I like how that's sort of in the Buffy the Vampire Slayer type font there. So I've got 4, so I will be looking out for the other 3 series of that. What else do we have? Oh yeah, Christmas. I've seen this, a Christmas movie, and you know what? You just know it's going to be a bit hilarious. It's got Leslie Nielsen in it as Santa. So I think this one will be saved to Christmas. Santa Who? I've never ever heard of this one. That's what's good about getting things that you are going out and looking at things. You haven't, shall we say, heard of them, but suddenly you come across them. Like the Titanic series, I'm quite interested in that one. I would like to watch that, but as you know, I'm one for not watching stuff. What I mean by that is I like to put it on my shelf, and then when I'm ready, I take it out and watch it. For example, I just watched this morning The Curse of the Black Mirror. I've not watched that for a long time, and I thought that was a good movie. So we've got James Corden in Lesbian Vampire Killers with a free bottle opener exclusive to HMV. I don't think I've ever seen this one. But a comedy with vampires, let's see. Look, it does have the free bottle, it's got the free bottle opener in it. Thank you very much. Oh, careful. Well, to be honest with you, I'm not much a drinker, so I don't, shall we say, drink that often. But my wife does. She'll probably appreciate a bottle opener. But we've got one just now, so we'd probably just leave that in there because you want to keep it good, don't you? But I wondered why that was so heavy. As for the movie itself, I have heard of this movie, but I've never actually boob jokes and lesbian vamps. I don't think they'd get away with making that film these days. And James Corden. I wonder if it's like a bit like Shaun of the Dead. That type of thing. So we'll take that one. Thank you very much. Now the next one, I actually have this on Blu-ray, and what I would normally do is I would normally combine it and put the DVD in with it, and that is El Cid. Sophie Loren and Charlton Heston, an epic movie about one of the greatest legends, Spanish warrior. Lost my train of thought there. I was just reading the back of it, and it's about, and I said at this better for most, it's Charlton Heston in his role, born to play an immortal El Cid Heston, is the Spanish warrior with a vision to be just and the courage to be merciful. But look at this case. These are one of the original cases. I can't do that. Can't do that to this one. And I actually opened it up earlier, and the disc is in absolute immaculate shape. Immaculate. Wonder where you got that one from. Is this an original one you bought, or did you get it from a charity shop? Let me know, I'd appreciate that. So, can't do that to that one. Got to keep that one like that. Next up, Doctor Who Series 6 on Blu-ray. Great. The complete 6th season. I have watched 1, 2, 3, 4 seasons. I haven't watched 5. Is 5 when they changed to Matt Smith? Could very well be. Just trying to think. I thought I had Series 6 on Blu-ray, on a DVD, but I clearly don't. So I'm missing Series 5. I've got half of Series 7. And I've got Seasons 1 to 4 on DVD. I was just actually watching it last night. That can go nicely in my Doctor Who set straight away. So I was just watching last night, and the Doctor that I used to watch when I was younger was Sylvester McCoy, and they had no idea that he was getting cancelled. They were expected to turn up for the next series, and then suddenly they just cancelled him. They were expected to only take like a year break, and then suddenly 2005, 16 years later before a new one was made. Extraordinary. Extraordinary. So there we go. Now, moving on to the next one, we have 4K of The Great Wall with a slipcover. Very nice indeed. Now, I actually had this in my hand at CEX, and I was going to buy it. It was £6, and I put it back, and I put it back because I'd spent too much, and I couldn't get everything, and there were certain other things that I wanted. So I thought the Great Wall might always be there, so I can always get that later. But now I don't have to. So thank you very much for that. And I just had a look inside, okay, and it's got the Blu-ray and it's got the 4K disc. It's got the digital code, but these aren't working anymore, are they? So there we go. Okay, and it also had a bit of paperwork in there. So I'm just going to have a look at that. I didn't want to show that on camera because in case it was something personal. So let me see. Oh, so in case it's been, that will nicely in my 4K collection. Everybody hated this movie. I didn't think it was too bad. Again, people seem to be going into movies to hate them lately. I didn't think it was terrible. I just didn't think it was. I didn't think it's a memorable movie, but it was still a good time. And I do own it on Blu-ray, so that's an upgrade for me. It was the receipt. I might just put that back in there. Right, so what else do we have? 3 more items. Let's see what order we're going to do. We'll do them in this order. He's also sent me the Avengers Assemble 4K sealed. Now, he told me he was going to send me this one, and I said that I already had it. He said, well, you can do what you want for it, and you do get a bit of trading for it, so I might trade that in, because I am out of vouchers. But I might trade in my copy, because my copy is not sealed, because I've watched it. So I could keep the sealed copy and trade in my one. That would be a good plan, I think. So I've got Avengers Age of Ultron, Avengers Assemble, Avengers Endgame and Infinity War all in 4K. The only one I don't have in 4K now is Captain America Civil War. Yep, I was thinking I had that in 3D up there, but I don't. That's probably why I didn't upgrade it. But you know what? The Avengers Assemble movie, the Avengers movies, I do enjoy them and I think they're good. I honestly think Infinity War is the best one. Beats Endgame, it beats... Doctor Strange is a really good movie as well. I don't actually have Doctor Strange on Blu-ray, do I? Well, that's not true. I got one of those Love Film discs, so I have got it there, but I don't have it up there. So that would be one to think about adding shortly. Especially as Doctor Strange 2's out. It's probably not the best time to add it. Probably the most expensive time to add it. So there's 2 more items left. And I've got 2 to show, and there's one that I'm going to show you at the end because I want to talk about it. And the next one is Game of Thrones Season 4, which again I already have. This is a very nice edition of it. That picture of Emilia Clarke. And on the other side, I know she's called Sansa, but I call her Sarah Connor. Because I loved that show, the Sarah Connor Chronicles. It's got the booklet, it's got everything in it, a very nice edition. You know, I like when they put a lot of these work into them, but I've got the 1 to 6 box set up there, so it just wouldn't fit in, unfortunately. Very nice edition, very nice. Excellent, thank you very much for that. And the last one, I talked about this movie quite often. And here it is here, I'll show you it first. It's Soldier with Kurt Russell. Now I do have this on Blu-ray now, but I think I got my first computer when I started uni. Yeah, believe it or not, I did go to uni. I know you're all shocked at that, but there you go. But I started uni and I think it was 96, 98. I think it was 96. And for uni, you really needed a computer. Well, you could do it in their labs and you could do that in their things, but not many people had PCs back then, and you're like, and so you really needed a computer. And I'd worked all summer in a shop, and I'd managed to save up. This, but computers were so expensive back then. I'd managed to save up £1,500, and that's how much a computer cost then. Well, it was actually 1,500 quid for the computer, then 150 quid for the modem, and another 150 for the printer. Or it might even be more than that. So I think I had £1,400 saved up, and I took an overdraft of £400 to get the other stuff for it. And when I got the computer set up in my room, so I had my computer, and I had my small 14-inch TV and my video player above it, so I could swing it over and do my work and watch the TV at the same time. And it had a DVD player in it, and I'm like, whoa, a DVD player. So we're like, yes. So what I done is I went out and I rented a movie, and it cost £6 to rent a DVD at that time, because there wasn't many DVDs about, and I was like, okay, but I can only watch it on my computer. So I think me and my dad watched it on the computer itself, and it was this one Soldier, and I always thought it was a great movie, and I never owned it. And you just wonder, right? This edition, this slipcase cover, right? When this first came out, this must have cost an absolute fortune to buy. It's 1998 it came out. It does say 1998. So it was one of those years, 96, 98. So 1998, and I rented it, and I watched it, and I thought it was a great film. I think I must have watched it 7 or 8 times, and I still think it's a great film to this day. And you're just thinking, all the cost, and then you find it in a charity shop for £1, all these years later. Or I didn't. I did. So, perfect. I'll keep that good, and I think I'll watch that. I'm going to rewatch this very, very soon. So, again, thank you very much for that. I wonder if you heard my story, and that's why you might have sent me that. So again, thanks very much to Larry for all the goodness. It's always great to receive a package, and great to receive it and talk about movies. That's what I like to do, talk about movies. I watch them, but I like to talk about them more. And that's why I do these videos. So I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you have got any comments on anything that's been picked up there, or there's anything you want to say, I do like interacting with people. So if you do want to put something down in the comments about any of the movies that are there, or anything I've said today, I'd appreciate it. So thanks very much, guys, and I shall see you next time.